Hey Highway, Beer Nut here. Welcome to phase 2 of our training on our road to competitive gameplay. Now, phase 2 is all about staying alive. Okay, the people who stay alive are the ones who usually decide the outcome of the battle. Remember that throughout today's training. This is all about simping, getting behind each other, finding a way to cover each other. Remember, when you can hide behind the other tank, they won't be able to shoot you. So, let's get on with today's training.
A few of you might have seen a situation like this. A single take, wound serious, modules damaged. Half the crew dead. Even a loud cough would finish him off. But he pulls out a victory by destroying the last remaining enemy tanks. A tank guru once said, "The only reason not to destroy an enemy tank is there is definitely an ally who's going to destroy him, and your shell is better for a more powerful enemy. In all other cases, destroy the enemy gun. Two damaged enemy tanks are a much higher threat than one tank at full health." In the previous episode, we went over focus fire and why that's so important. It's all about eliminating guns as fast as possible. In today's episode, we're going to learn how to keep your team alive as long as possible in a platoon. Clan wars, random battles, and skirmishes. Remember, a living tank is a dangerous tank, and a dead tank can't win battles. So let's get into this lesson. Keep it in mind again, the outcome of the battle is determined by the surviving tanks. Let's learn to save our tanks from complete destruction. In principle, it isn't hard, but it's going to take a lot of practice for us to master it. Get on to competitive play, all right? It's going to require us to coordinate well together, but eventually we'll be able to hide and keep our tanks alive, keep those guns alive, winning a lot. That's what we're trying to get to. It's going to be in 3 steps. Your first step here, paired exercise. We're going to organize a room, probably his and Olaf's. We're going to split into 2 pairs. You're going to set one in front of the other with a little column. And we're going to swap position. One moves to the front, one's to the rear. Try to make it as speedy. The rule is you need to be able to swap positions in less than the reload time in the fastest firing tank, which is 6 minutes around, 7.5 seconds. Let the tank in front decide which way he's going to back up, and the rear tank's going to respond accordingly. It's easier for the tank in back to react to the front one. The idea is to be able to swap positions before the tank reloads, and you can get covered, and your ally is protected. So the front tank backs up, rear tank moves forward and defends him, keeping the silhouette that fully cover the ally. That is rule 2. Silhouette of the covering tank needs to fully cover the ally. Don't want to expose your sides, still want to keep an angle, but if you're not angled, you're not going to be covering that tanker. You need that broad arrow. Now, rule 3, if you're the cover tank, don't move back. All right? Very important. About half the length of your hull is how far you need to sit back. If you start sitting back farther, they're going to be able to shoot you. The way you can tell how good you are is go ahead and zoom out, get down low behind the tank, and you can see how much cover you have. Let's review common mistakes. First, don't angle in your tank in the front. Big mistake. If you don't angle your tank, you're an easier target, and you're not giving enough cover. Reversing too far is the other big mistake. Farther back you go, it's easier for the enemy to hit you. Usually we dedicate one command, something like cover me. If this gets very confusing, we'll probably have to change this to a hot button later on. soon as you got this done in pairs, we'll start the group exercise in step 2. Group training. Okay, we're going to go to the training room now. We're going to go like before, but this time we're going to push you all together. Try to get you running into each other. See if you can do this in a better battlefield. It's going to be a lot crowded now, so it's going to be a little bit harder, but we're going to simulate a real engagement here. So just the same exercise over and over. Let's get her done quick and make sure we understand everything. Don't forget to ask any questions. With people on your left and right trying to do the same thing, it's going to cause a lot of problems. Keep an eye out for your mates that aren't doing it right and help them, please. And remember, the front tank dictates which way he's going to move back. After we can do that in a big open field, we're going to divide into 2 waves, go down a road now, divide into 3 tanks. The front wave is going to take aim at the enemy tanks, and then the rear wave is going to advance to the front, and the front wave is going to move to the rear, taking cover. We're going to do this all dry fire until we get that maneuver down, and then we're going to try it with live fire. Here's step 3. Group training with live fire. Once you're comfortable in those roads, we're going to start advancing and shooting each other. Okay, we're going to combine everything we covered here so far. Focus fire, cover your wounded take, and repeat and repeat. We're going to keep going until one side wins. At first, we'll probably be only to advance once, and then swap and swap and swap. It's probably going to be messy. Don't get confused. We're just going to practice it over and over until we get it. All right, guys? The better we get at this, the more we're going to win. It's really that simple. After we get that done, we're going to make a stronger team and a weaker team. The stronger team is not going to simp for each other. And the weaker team is going to simp. And now we're going to show you that the focus fire and simping for each other can really make a win every time. You'll find that the weaker team is usually able to beat the larger team because of their coordination. You'll be able to turn the tide of a battle with this kind of exercise. As long as we're sharing damage, keeping our guns in the game, don't get to 0 HP. That's what we're trying to do. When you get out in platoons and random battles, you'll easily recoup all your money back doing this. And you're going to find people are going to say, oh no, highway's in the battle. Let's follow them. I want to get to that point. When you master this, we're going to be at that point. Any questions, please don't be afraid to ask them. I don't know what you don't know unless you let me know. All right, let's get to the training room, Highway. Let's have a lot of fun out there. Have a great day. Oh, next lesson, we're going to cover group formations and moving as a group. We'll get even better. Good luck out there. Have a great day.
Hey, it's Bear Nut. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Really helps the channel out. Have a great day.